we had a saying in the SEAL teams before that also relates to this, where basically we had adapted the mindset that, when you're not training, the enemy is. An entrepreneur, if you're not building, your competitor is. While you're out there fucking around at the bar, doing not working, your competitor's getting better and better and better and better. And that's a mindset that I took from the SEAL teams, because, if the enemy's training and we're not, then we're dead. And I've moved that over to business, to where if you're not building, if you're not innovating, your competitor is, and they're going to pass you up.
That's right. And the question is how to even, is it possible to disconnect even from the need to have a competitor that might be training?
I have mixed feelings on that. Do you? I mean, I think a competitor can be, for me personally, when I built the podcast and I built the look and everything, and a lot of podcasts looked a lot different. I'm not fucking tooting my own horn here, but I looked at the market. I saw what everybody was doing. Everybody wanted to be Joe Rogan. That was it. You had a purple curtain. You had a bunch of shit on a desk that means something to you, or it doesn't mean anything to you unless you're Joe. You know what I mean? Like Joe's got all this stuff there. Everybody just copied Joe. Mm-hmm. Everybody just copied Joe. And I took a look and I saw everything and I said, this is what we're doing is going to be totally different than all of this stuff. Not that it's never been done before, but it's never been done in a podcast setting.
And it's yours. And
it's mine.
It's yours. It's something you built. It's your aesthetic, and it's not. And all the centerpieces are things that come from the visitors of your podcast. It's like it's like you build something that's situated in the center of the very community that you built, which is a completely different approach. It's not better or worse. It's just very, very different. This is what I mean with all the interesting things come from doing differently. It's like exploring the different paths. And it's incredible how much people, so many people externalize so much of how they judge if something is good to running it through an internal focus group of how they think everyone else thinks. And it's that sounds really exhausting. That sounds hard also. And I'm not sure it's going to be precise, right? Because we don't really know all the other people that well, right? We sort of maybe have a guess, but how about just doing things that you really, really want to exist, right? And it seems like such a basic idea, but I just find so many people are just they think there's a game out there that they want to join, which is called the podcast game. And then they look for the rules by looking at the podcasts that are most successful, and they think that if they apply, if they intuit and extract as many of the rules as laws, and then adhere to all of them, they might get the same results. You familiar with cargo cults?
No.
It's one of my favorite World War II adjacent story. So Pacific Campaign. Obviously, other than the, I think, B-22s, none of the planes had any range, right? So to fly into Japan, you really needed airfields very, very close to Japan. Some of the islands there had indigenous people on them, and so the American bases were built, landing strips were created. In some cases, this was the first time any of the indigenous people there had any kind of contact with the outside. Their previous contact with the outside came from, every once in a while, a wooden crate, which was how all shipping was done there, would wash up at shore with things in them, magical things goods of society. The people who then like got these items, they call them cargo, of course. Just like that was a status symbol. And here are Americans, which of course all the people could observe, in these airfields doing these things, and planes come, and what they bring, more and more cargo, which of course means those are very, very rich individuals, and I don't know if they thought about the people they observed as demigods, but they might as well. So now World War II is over, and no one's going back to these islands for a while until people do. And what they find is that they're still running the airports. There's the shamans are wearing like coconut shells, like headphones in straw towers, making sometimes noises that sound vaguely English. There's straw airplanes on the runway, and people are doing this because they want the cargo to come back. Mm-hmm. And it just tells you something really, really important. I think about the human condition. We copy behaviors to try to create the same outcomes, and we do it all the time. So much of the business world, if you look at it, is just people cargo culting.
I've noticed.
Basically just it's like putting flame stickers on the side of a car to make it go faster. Really, it's kind of it's not principled thinking. And so other people live in everyone else's mind, and I think disconnecting from this as much as possible is important. And I think when you talk with the greats in some categories like artists or so, they just need to paint. They have so much painting in them. They need to get it out, and they just don't care if there's a market for it.
I got a question for you. I mean, just as a business owner, because I agree with everything you're saying. Because I never, I took a peek because I didn't want to do anything that anybody else was doing. I still do that. I still do it every once in a while, but I never watch. I also never want to look at something and then copy it. So I purposely stand back, so it's kind of contradicting myself, but I'll take a peek, as I scroll, and I'm like, oh yeah, that looks good. That looks like shit, whatever. You know what I mean? But I will never dive in and study what people are doing, because I don't want to subject myself to wanting to copy what they're doing or manipulate what they're doing in my mind into my own idea. I want everything to be 100% original, but at the same time, I would look. I think competitors can drive you. I saw a lot of people that I thought were competitors start to copy what I'm doing. My competitors. I mean, it's funny when you start business, who you consider your competitors to be, and then if you do find success, looking at who your competitors are years down the road. I mean, it is fucking wild. You know what I mean? And now, my competitors are the top people in the game who are actually friends. But I guess what I'm saying is, along my entrepreneur journey, I mean, I feel like maybe I may have needed competitors as a driving factor, because I'm competitive. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I mean, I've been competitive since a young age, and I enjoy a healthy competition, and that competition drives me. So I'm just curious. I mean, I can't imagine a world where, and also looking at competitors, I mean, somebody that's a little bit ahead of you, or maybe a lot ahead of you, I mean, it shows you what's possible. Like, it's a real living example of what's possible within your realm, which can, that can be a driving, I fucking want that.
Yes.
And that, and because this person's achieved it, it's achievable. And they're not that far from me, Do you have any thoughts on any of that?
I completely agree. The when you look at a competitor, it depends on what you do with the information. Is it like envy, or is it like are you looking to copy, or again like cargo cult with things? No, like what you're describing is a rivalry, and that's a totally different thing from competition. Galvanizing a rivalry is good for both sides. That makes everyone better, because I think this is an important thing. Like, I don't think Shopify and Amazon have ever really been competitors. We have been rivals at times, and I think we inspire both like each other, but we do it in a completely different way. Like it's, and so I think that's a really, really, really healthy thing. I think what I don't like is when people do skip the step of like having their own aesthetic, wanting to build their own picture, and then use everything else as everything they're doing, everything else they're perceiving and seeing as additional inspirations to do a better job creating the unique thing that they want to do.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.